Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ade-OLUWA, and today I want to talk briefly on, well, at least I'll try to be brief anyway, health. I mean, I could write a book on this, and maybe I will one of these days, and maybe do a course on one. But here is my journey in terms of health. I found that a lot of times people don't choose healthy living because they feel that they have to eat tasteless food, greens, and the likes. Naturally, normally, I love greens, I love vegetables, anything vegetable, anything fruit. I could eat that alone in a week and not complain. Like, I love vegetables, but I realize that some people do not. They like the starch, the carbohydrates, and the protein in their foods more than they like the vegetables, and probably that is an issue for them because they're not into salads, they're not into vegetables. Anytime they see green in their food, it just makes them somehow. So here are what I can call a few tips or things you can try when you're trying to go on a healthy journey you've decided and you want to make it more interesting. Number one thing that you have to note, like a health hack, let me put it that way, is that you don't have to change what you eat. It's the ingredients that you have to change and the cooking method. So most of the time it's the ingredients you change and the cooking method. Take for instance, I'll give you bacon as an example. Now, I was taught in catering school that the four major building blocks of cake is flour, in no particular order, please don't quote me, but in no particular order: four: flour, binder, sweetener, and fat. Let me say that again: flour, binder, sweetener, and fat. So, as you can get from that, if you look at that closely, that is the basic. So anything could be flour, anything could be binder as long as it binds it together, anything could be sweetener, and anything could be fat. Do you understand what I'm saying? So your avocados could be fat, your olive oil could be fat, your I don't know, cocoa butter or something, they could work as fat. Now, under the binder, which sometimes also serve as a raising agent, is the egg. Now, you know that the purpose of egg is to bind, right? So the purpose of egg is to bind. So what other things can you use that binds the food? So when you understand the basics of food, it will make it easier for you to substitute for healthy things. Now, chocolate is nice, right? But in excess is bad. The problem is not the chocolate in itself. The problem is the process that the chocolate goes through. So, if you know that you have a taste, a palate for chocolate, it's a simple matter of just getting yourself natural cocoa. Like natural cocoa, like as it's plucked, it's just blended all through, its whole cocoa. Nothing removed, nothing added, just whole cocoa. And it has a slight bitter taste to it. Do you understand? I mean, then again, I've taken quite a few bitter things myself, so I don't see raw cocoa powder right now as bitter because I tasted it like it's not bitter like that. I mean, unlike what is it called now? Bitter leaf. Ooh, now that is bitter. Do you understand? So you know that you have a thing for cocoa or chocolate. What you get a kick from is not the all the other things that are added into it. the sugar, the milk, and so on and so forth. Those are not the things that get you the kick. What gets you the kick, that makes you keep eating and eating chocolate, it's the cocoa itself. That is what gives you the kick. Now, the reason you keep going back to eat more is because you don't have enough cocoa in it to give your body what it needs, because it has been diluted with them sugars and the milk and the processing and the fat. So your body is trying to get more cocoa, but in the process of getting more cocoa is getting a lot of all the additives in it. And that is what is affecting you. So your issue is not with chocolate or the cocoa. The issue is what is added to it. So you know, okay, I have a taste for cocoa. Get pure, natural, 100% cocoa powder. That's all. And then have yourself, you can whenever you have a craving, you can just take cocoa on its own, maybe hot cocoa. You can add honey to it. That is a healthy sweetener. It's healthier than white sugar anyway. So you add honey to it, and in this time of where it is best, you use everything that works well for the lungs. Honey is a tonic for the heart. Honey is also good in easing the throat and the lungs. You understand? It's a good way, a lubricant for the lungs, for the throat. It's also a disinfectant of some sort. It's also antibacterial, which is why honey can be used to treat wounds. Do you understand? Because it's antibacterial, and when something is antibacterial, it's good for the lungs as well. So in a situation where the whole pandemic thing affects the lungs, you want to take everything you know in the book that is food and that works for the lungs. So honey is one that doesn't spoil if it's natural honey, and hopefully if it's wild honey. Now there's a difference between natural honey and wild honey. Natural honey could be cultivated honey, like they plant flowers organically, and then they get bees to pollinate and grow, and so they grow in a controlled environment. Like an environment is created for bees to thrive, even if it's a natural environment, but it's created for them. That makes it natural honey. You understand? Now, a wild honey is where nature, not humans, not a bee farmer, nature created the environment for the bees. Like they created the environment themselves. Actually, they went in search of their what is it called, their flowers, wherever they got it from, went back to their beehive to produce, and you went there to where they have created to go and take honey from them. That makes it wild honey. Some other people might disagree, but if you have another name for that, you can let us know in the comment section. So I'm just showing you ways on how to make natural living fun, health hacks, right? So these are health hacks, health hacks and fun facts, if you would like. So I'll stop there for now, because there's so many things I'd love to share about that, and timing and sometimes work may not even allow me to do that. So I just felt the need to just share that with you today. So I hope that with what I've been able to say, you can on your own think and not be a pessimist. When it comes to living healthy, you have to be an optimist. You have to find an opportunity to have fun in everything. So that is just the way to go. Find an opportunity to have fun while living healthy. All right, stay safe, stay healthy, and shalom.